On May 16, 2167, demons laid siege to the final human stronghold. Humanity fell on this day. After the demons had taken everyone out, we see the injured body of the last human on a wall. The young man was breathing heavily. His body was covered with blood. This man is Si-chun. He is an SSS rank lightning assassin. Si-chun wore a necklace that had the sign of infinity. 7 years ago, several demon kings suddenly descended upon Earth. They led the demon forces and used them to annihilate humanity with an oppressive might. While Si-chun was breathing heavily, a demon king whose name is Lanyu walked towards him. The demon king asked Si-chun if he is really humanity's last hope. He told him that his entire race is filled with nothing more than worthless trash. Lanyu told Si-chun that it is now time for him to absorb every drop of his remaining life essence. As he spoke, his hand slowly widened and split apart. It was as if it had a mind of its own. The demon king raised his hand and asked Si-chun to become his food and transform into his strength. Immediately he did this. He began to drain Si-chun's energy. He took in his energy through his hand. Si-chun could barely move. He couldn't believe that the demons took away his little sister, his comrades, and his master. They took everyone he held dear. Si-chun grit his teeth out of anger. He decided to take the demons down with him for the sake of his people. He activated his ultimate skill. The skill is known as Terminus Light. His body released a ridiculous amount of golden lightning. His body looked like pure light. Lanyu was shocked to see this. He noticed that he couldn't move. He didn't understand what was happening. Before his body could explode, Si-chun remembered his little sister, his master, and his mom and dad. He hoped to see all of them soon. As he slowly closed his eyes, Si-chun told himself that everything would have been different if he was just a little stronger. The moment he closed his eyes, his body exploded. Lanyu couldn't accept what was happening. He told Si-chun that he is from an inferior race. He couldn't believe that our boy defeated him. As his energy slowly wiped out everything around him, Si-chun wondered about how things would have been different if he could go back in time before the monster dungeon was discovered. He wondered about what would have happened if he could have stopped the first demon king from appearing. He knew that he wouldn't have lost so easily if he could change these things. The moment he thought about this, his necklace shattered. The scene shifts, and we see a younger Si-chun open his eyes in a room. He was shocked to see that he wasn't dead. He looked around the room and wondered about where he was. When he looked outside the window, he saw several students chatting outside. Si-chun couldn't believe his eyes. He was certain that the world was already destroyed. He wondered about where these people came from. It took our boy a while to accept that this was real. He realized that he had returned 10 years to the past. He was back to his university days. While he was looking at a mirror, a status window appeared next to him. It informed him that the fusion of the power of gluttony is complete. After calming down, Si-chun looked at his phone to confirm the date again. He realized that he had 3 years before the first demon king appeared. 3 years from now, the first demon king, whose name is Wrath, will appear. He is the one who opened the gates of hell. Thanks to him, the rest of the demon kings began to appear in the human world one by one. This was the beginning of the end. It was the time where our boy began to lose everything. Now that he had returned, Si-chun planned to stop Wrath and prevent the gates of hell from opening. He was certain that this was his chance to change everything. He turned to his status window and wondered about what it meant. The words had been floating in front of him since he opened his eyes, but Si-chun didn't understand what they meant. When Si-chun tried to touch the status window, it changed and showed him another thing. Si-chun didn't really understand the words in front of him. They looked like video game stats to him. He wondered if the current stats are his own. The system told him that he is at level 1. His strength, stamina, and element are at 100 points. His speed, luck, and mental are also at 100 points. Si-chun had never seen something like this. In the past, he always fought using his awakened powers. In this world, people can awaken different powers that belong to different classes. They could be star mages, flame warriors, cloud chanters, flame mages, star shooters, lightning chanters, lightning assassins, flower warriors, and flower chanters. Only 1 in 10,000 people can awaken their powers. The school Si-chun is in currently only admits students with the potential to awaken. It is known as the National University for Awakened Powers. Unfortunately, Si-chun was never able to awaken while he was still attending the school in his previous life. For 4 whole years, He was at the very bottom of the school's food chain. Sichin realized that this must be the reason why he woke up in a hospital room. While he was thinking, the system showed him another status window. It gave him a detailed explanation of his class. It showed him the strength, stamina, element, speed, and luck of his class. As a lightning assassin, Sichin was able to use Godspeed and Electroblade. When he uses Godspeed, an electric current surges through his body and temporarily boosts his speed by tenfold. Electroblade allows him to condense electricity into a blade. He can inflict paralysis if he strikes an opponent's vital spot. Sichin recalled that he was a lightning assassin in his past life. He could faintly sense a power flowing through him. He wondered if he inherited his powers from his last life. He couldn't believe that he awakened early in this life. He closed his eyes and released some energy from his hand. Before he could do anything else, someone knocked on his door and entered his room. The person turned out to be a young boy named Ma Long. The boy is an E-rank flower chanter. Ma Long was surprised to see that Sichin was awake. He asked him if he is okay. Our boy turned to his status window and said that he is fine. He realized that other people can't see the screen. Ma Long carefully looked around his body. He was surprised to see that Sichin's injuries were gone. He was certain that Sichin was beaten to a pulp yesterday. He wondered about how our boy was able to recover faster than him who was awakened. Ma Long is Sichin's college roommate. Even though he awakened while in school, he was still at the bottom of the school's ladder. In Sichin's last life, the boy got murdered on the third day of the Demon King's rampage. Sichin couldn't believe that his roommate was actually standing right in front of him. It wasn't until this moment that our boy felt like he had finally returned. Ma Long hit Sichin's shoulders and said that tomorrow is the ranking test. He told our boy that they have to start preparing since he is already feeling better. He told him that this is very important for his graduation, even though he hasn't awakened. He pushed Sichin out of the room. As they walked through the campus, our boy looked around. He said that it has been a long time since he saw so many living people. Ma Long was shocked to hear this. He didn't understand why his friend was spouting nonsense. He told him that they need to walk around the track. Sichin ignored him and thought about how he already lost everything once. He knew that the same hopeless future will repeat itself if he doesn't do anything. He knew that he had to come up with a plan quickly and increase his rank as soon as possible. In this era, there is only one way for an awakened to rank up. They need to kill monsters in a dungeon. However, almost all dungeons are monopolized by major guilds. Anyone not in a guild has basically no chance of increasing their rank. Sichin wondered about how his current stats compare to those of other awakened people and monsters. In order to differentiate the varying power levels, the government established a ranking system for awakened individuals and monsters. The ranks are in order of strength. S rank is the highest. The next is A rank. The next is B rank. After that, C rank is next. The next is D rank, and the last is E rank. Most students at school remain at E rank their entire lives. Only a select few talented students or those with guild connections rank up to D rank. Sichin could roughly guess his current rank with his past experience. He wondered about the grade he will be given if he were to be evaluated. He knew that his grade will definitely be better than Ma Long's own. The moment he thought of this, a ball hit Ma Long in the head with a large amount of force. The boy fell to the ground. A young man with a buzz cut told Sichin and Ma Long that they recovered quickly. Ma Long became scared when he saw the boy. He couldn't believe that they ran into him again. The huge student told his friend that he was correct when he said that Sichin and Ma Long could take a beating. He asked the boys if they didn't know that he plays basketball there. He asked them about why they didn't bring 2 cases of drinks. Ma Long got up and apologized to him. He said that he will go buy the drinks right now. Sichin asked his roommate about why he is apologizing. He told him that the other guys are the ones at fault. Our boy quickly remembered the idiot in front of him. Some of his old memories were coming back. He remembered how this guy and his friends would shove his head into a zinc after filling it with water. Ma Long begged them to stop. The huge guy turned to him and asked him to give him a reason why he should stop. He said that he is just helping Sichin. He pushed our boy's head deeper into the water and said that he is giving him a little nudge because he hasn't awakened yet. The idiot and his friends laughed out loud. He only let Sichin go after he passed out. The boys decided to leave because they were now bored. Ma Long ran to our boy and asked him if he is all right. Sichin gathered his strength and asked his friend about why these guys won't just leave them alone. The huge guy stopped moving when he heard our boy talk. He turned to his friends and told them that they need to keep playing with Si-chun. Our boy knew that pure evil didn't just exist in the demon realm. It also existed in the human world. The huge guy was surprised to hear what Si-chun said. Ma Long nervously asked his friend about what he is doing. The huge guy, whose name is Gong Chung, stood up and activated his ability. His friends also joined him. Gong Chung is an E-rank flower warrior. He hardened his arms. The only reason Gong Chung is able to bully the weak is because his older brother is the strongest student and also the student council president. Gong Cheng's power is actually quite mediocre. Everyone began to laugh when they realized that Gong Chung was about to beat Si-chun up again. They recalled that Gong Chung beat the boys up and sent them to the hospital before. Someone said that one student is the weakest awakened person and the other person hasn't even awakened. He described the boys as the two most useless students in the school. Gong Chung moved close to our boy and asked him about what he just said. Si-chun asked the idiot to leave them alone from now on. Gong Chung raised his hand and told our boy that he needs to be taught another lesson. He thrust his hand at Si-chun. Our boy easily blocked his attack. The idiot got pushed back. The other students were shocked to see this. They couldn't believe that he blocked Si-chun's attack. They were certain that Si-chun hadn't awakened yet. Gong Chung was annoyed to see that a weakling like Si-chun blocked his attack. He asked him if he seriously wants to challenge him. Si-chun released his lightning and activated his class change. He said that this is the perfect time to test himself. He changed his class into Lightning Assassin and released more lightning from his hand. His strength went up to 200 and his speed went up to 300. Ma Long was shocked to see Si-chun using lightning. He asked him about when he awakened. Si-chun ignored him and asked Gong Chung to come at him. Gong Chung completely hardened his arms with a technique known as Immortal Demon Armor. He asked Si-chun if he has forgotten the taste of his killer jab. He charged at our boy. Before he could reach him, Si-chun appeared in front of him and gave him a punch in his face. The attack sent him flying. He slammed his body on the ground. The other students couldn't believe their eyes. They couldn't believe that he sent Gong Chung flying with one punch. Ma Long was also shocked to see what happened. The other students wondered if they were really looking at Si-chun. Gong Chung slowly got up. He called our boy a bastard. He said that he landed a sneak attack on him. He turned to his guys and asked them about why they are just standing there. His friends were frozen in shock. They knew that they would die if they charged at Si-chun. Gong Chung gathered his strength and charged at our boy. He told him that he will kill him. Si-chun grabbed his wrist before he could touch him. He broke the idiot's wrist. The idiot screamed out in pain. Si-chun clenched his fist and gathered his energy in it. He told Gong Chung that he is so weak. Immediately he said this. He landed several blows on Gong Chung. He ruined his body and sent him flying. Gong Chung slammed his back on a wall and lost consciousness. His friends quickly ran away. Ma Long fell to his knees. He wondered about when Si-chun got this strong. Our boy turned to his status window. He could now come up with a few rough conclusions. The first was that he could switch to the Lightning Assassin class whenever he wanted. The second was that even though the system says that he is just at level 1, he is still strong enough to handle the lowest level Awakener. He already expected this. He knew that he was stronger than an E-rank Awakener, but his exact rank was still a mystery. There's still something else that bothered him. Although he defeated Gong Chung, his stats didn't change at all. Si-chun created an electro blade in his hand. Everyone was shocked to see this. Ma Long asked our boy about what he is doing. Si-chun moved close to Gong Chung and placed his blade at his neck. The boy became scared. Si-chun wondered if he could gain experience the same way as before. Before Si-chun could do anything, a girl stepped forward and reminded him that this is a school. She agreed that Gong Chung created this mess. She asked Si-chun if he hasn't done enough. This girl is the vice president of the student council. Her name is Lingyu. With a smile on her face, Lingyu assured Si-chun that Gong Chung won't try to mess with him and Ma Long again. Si-chun decided to let him go. He wondered why a student council member was so eager to defend Gong Chung. He didn't plan on doing anything to him. He knew that if he didn't seriously intimidate a guy like this, he will keep bothering them in the future. As he walked forward, the other students cleared a path for him. None of them wanted to clash with him. Gong Cheng's friends watched our boy from the side. One of them said that Si-chun looked scary as hell. He suggested that they don't mess with him again in the future. The boys wondered if Si-chun and Ma Long were really the weakest student in the school. Lingyu couldn't believe that they were really the weakest losers in the school. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the male dormitory. We see Ma Long trying to convince his roommates that Si Chun has awakened. He said that our boy is a super overpowered lightning assassin. He told the guys that Si Chun pinned Gong Chung to the ground and beat the crap out of him. He said that the other students won't even look them in the eye. An ear-rank flame mage called Xiangzhua cleaned his ears and asked Ma Long about where Si Chun is now. Ma Long told him that our boy said that he was going for a run. Xiangzhua moved close to him and hit his head. He asked him about why Si Chun would bother working out if he is already so strong. He asked him if awakened individuals need to work out. He told the boy that he is not making sense. An E-rank flower chanter called Xiang Yu said that Ma Long must have really taken a beating to his head. Xiangzhua told Ma Long that there is a reason the four of them got assigned to the same dorm room. He told the boy that they all had the worst test scores in the entire grade. He gathered his energy in his hand and said that he is the top dog in the room since he is the fourth from the last. He told Ma Long that each person can only awaken one class in their lifetime. He reminded him that him and Xiang Yu are support chanters. He said that he is the only combat class in the room. He told Ma Long that this is a cold, hard, and unchangeable fact. He tried to flex his muscles and said that there is no way a pathetic loser like Si Chun could ever awaken as a lightning assassin. He said that he can feel himself getting stronger by the day. He told Ma Long that he might even have a shot at making it into one of the elite clubs. Xiang Yu told the boy that tomorrow is the final rank evaluation before their graduation exams. He said that everything will be clear when this happens. The scene shifts, and we are taken to an E-rank training den. We see some warriors standing outside the dungeon. A young man and the vice president of the student council stepped out of the dungeon together. The young man's clothes were covered in blood. This person is Gong Ting. He is the president of the student council. Gong Ting told the warriors that they have trained enough today. The men bowed their heads to him. When Gong Ting turned to the side, he saw his brother. He asked him if he is still waiting there. With a look of anger on his face, Gong Chung told his brother that he won't be able to sleep if he doesn't do something about this. He said that Si Chun must not have respect for him if he is willing to humiliate his brother in front of everyone. Gong Ting told him that he knows. He said that he will take care of things. The scene shifts, and we see Gong Ting eating with the vice president. Ling Yu asked him about how he is going to take care of things. Gong Ting told her that his brother was simply outmatched. He said that there is nothing more to it. He asked her if Si Chun is really as strong as his brother claims. Ling Yu said that she already knows that he is well aware of the ranks and abilities of everyone in the school. She said that there are fewer than 10 D-rank students in the school, and he has already recruited every single one of them. She told Gong Ting that ordinary students don't have the same opportunities to enter dungeons like him. She told him that the mediocre awakeners have no way of getting stronger. She assured him that no one in the school can keep up with him. The scene shifts, and we see Si Chun running under the rain. He was carrying 100 kilograms load, and he was running 20 kilometers. Basically, training is the key to building a solid physical foundation. An awakener's potential is directly linked to their physical strength. Only a powerful body can withstand and unleash the true limits of a class's power. However, even this training was nowhere near enough for Si Chun. In the year 2160, Wrath emerged from a monster dungeon and descended upon the world. He slaughtered countless humans. Si Chun's little sister, who is his only family, died at the hands of Wrath. Wrath was also responsible for opening the gates of hell and allowing the other demon kings to invade the human world. Due to this, our boy's first objective is to slay Wrath. Wrath was the catalyst for the end of the world, and Si Chun only had 3 years to grow stronger before his descent. He knew that the demon king would be getting stronger even at this moment. Si Chun wanted to get stronger faster than Wrath. Immediately he thought of this. His phone rang. He saw that it was a call from Si Yun, his sister. Si Chun answered the call with his earpods. His little sister asked him about why he called her so many times today. She explained to him that she was at a competition today and her phone died. She told him that she just got back to the dorm and plugged her phone in. She revealed to her brother that they will finally be able to pay the back rent if she wins the competition. As Si Chun heard her speak, he thought about the countless times he wished that he could start over again in the ruined future. He wanted to start over again even if it would cost him everything. He was willing to descend into an endless hell to get this chance. Si Yun asked her brother if it is raining at his school. She asked him about why he isn't saying anything. Si Chun smiled and said that it is nothing. He told her that it has been so long since he heard her voice. Si-Yun didn't understand what he was talking about. She reminded him that they just spoke the day before yesterday. She told him that they will see each other as soon as the competition is over. She asked him to just wait for the good news. After saying this, she ended the call. Si-Chun decided to run 3 more laps. Now that everything had really started over again, Si-Chun decided to grow stronger as fast as humanly possible in order to protect everything he holds dear. Later in the night, we see Si-Chun enter the room after the boys have slept off. He quickly went to the shower. It has been 8 hours since he returned to this era. He was finally starting to adjust to this body. His physical starts were still low, but his body was much younger. After taking a bath, Si-Chun decided to address his most pressing issue. He knew that he had to enter a dungeon if he wanted to level up. Unfortunately, the guilds have a monopoly on them. Unless an awakener is one of the elites, there is almost no chance of them growing stronger. Si-Chun wondered about how he was going to be able to face any monsters. He recalled that the system showed him something about the power of gluttony. He wondered about what it was. As he thought about everything, our boy slowly closed his eyes. Immediately, he slept off. The system informed him that it was loading something. Once the load was complete, the gluttony system got activated. Si-Chun got dropped into another place. Our boy opened his eyes while he was in the air. He quickly turned and landed in a pool of blood. When he raised his head up, he saw a very long tower in front of him. He wondered about where he was. He was certain that he was just sleeping. He wondered about what kind of tower he was looking at. While he was looking at the tower, some monsters rose out of the pool of blood. These monsters were gravehounds. They are E-rank monsters. Si-Chun quickly changed his class. He found it odd that monsters were there. He wondered if he was inside a dungeon. Although he didn't understand what was going on, he decided to take care of the monsters first. He took a stance and created a blade with his energy. The monsters charged at him. Our boy easily cut off the head of the first monster that got close to him. The system instantly informed him that he has acquired 3 gravehound fangs. Si-Chun easily cut through the monsters. Each time he took one of them down, he got 3 fangs. The E-rank monsters were no match for our boy even at his current strength. Everything felt so real to Si-Chun. He was certain that this wasn't a dream. Immediately he thought of this. He acquired experience points and leveled up. Si-Chun couldn't believe that he could actually acquire experience points in this place. Now that he was at level 2, he decided to take a look at his status window. He saw that all his stats increased by 5 points. Si-Chun realized that he has actually found a dungeon that he can train in all by himself. The moment he thought of this, the Gravehound King, who is the boss of the monsters, appeared behind him. It was ready to bite our boy's head off. Si-Chun realized that it was time for him to test his actual skills. He tore the Gravehound King apart with 2 blades. He instantly leveled up. He acquired 18 Gravehound Fangs and 1 Gravehound Crystal. Si-Chun realized that bosses grant more experience points than mobs on the same level. He couldn't believe that he has already gained 2 levels in such a short time. Immediately he thought of this. He noticed that the word Devour appeared above the corpse of the Gravehound King. Si-Chun was surprised to see this. He wondered about what it meant. He quickly realized that this was what the power of gluttony was for. He stretched out his hand. His hand released a bright light. The monster's body quickly turned liquid and went into Si-Chun's hand. The system informed him that the devouring is complete. It showed him the stats of the Gravehound King. The Gravehound King possesses frosty immunity. This means that it is immune to cold and all resistance are increased in low-temperature environments. Si-Chun couldn't believe that the monster he absorbed turned into a card. He never expected that he could actually devour his enemies after killing them and turn them into his own classes. He instantly realized something. He remembered how he devoured the monster. He knew that only one other person did something like this. This was Lan Yu. He couldn't believe that the power of gluttony that originally belonged to Lan Yu is now his own. The classes that people awaken with have various strengths and weakness, but the one rule that can never be changed is that everyone is limited to a single class. However, this rule has now been broken by Si-Chun, who has 2 classes. Our boy wondered about what would happen if he devoured more monsters. He realized that he would have an endless number of classes. He wondered about why he was granted this power and what was inside the magic tower behind him. While he was looking at the tower, someone wearing a hood appeared on its stairs. The person was holding 2 swords. He called out to Si-Chun and told him that he has been waiting for him for a long time. This person was not a boss-class monster. He was a lord-class monster. In the next scene, we see Si-chin flying in the air. He landed on the ground and quickly tried to regain his balance. In this world, the government established a ranking system for both awakeners and monsters based on their combat power. The ranks go from lowest to highest. E rank is the lowest, the next is D rank, the next is C rank, then B rank. The A rank is the second highest, and the highest is the S rank. In Si-chin's past life, he nearly died trying to reach S rank. However, our boy's current strength is barely at the D rank, unfortunately for him. The monster in front of him is an S rank boss. The level gap is too massive, this being outclassed Si-chin in every single stat. Our boy wondered about what kind of dungeon this is. He didn't understand why an S-rank monster was outside. He was even more shocked that the monster knew his name. While he was thinking, the Lord appeared behind him and swung his sword at him. Si-chin was able to sense the attack and block it, but it destroyed his blades and sent him flying. Since they had traded dozens of blows, Si-chin knew that the monster had plenty chances to kill him, yet each one of his strikes avoided his vital spots. The Lord just kept knocking Si-chin down effortlessly over and over again. As he watched our boy get up, the Lord asked Si-chin if he is still struggling. Si-chin realized that the Lord wanted him to submit to him. The Lord asked Si-chin to think very carefully about the offer he is about to make him. He asked our boy if he is willing to stay there and guard the Tower of Darkness by his side. He told him that there won't be many opportunities like the one he is offering. Si-chin glared at him and told him that there is no way he is staying in this hellhole. The moment he said this, the Lord landed a cut on his shoulder. Our boy was shocked to see this. The monster asked him if he really thinks that he won't kill him. He explained to Si-chin that the only reason he has been patient with him is because he is the only one that has managed to reach this place. As he spoke, he absorbed the corpses of the gravehounds in the pool. His stamina began to increase. He raised the ground he stood on into the sky and raised countless rocks to the air with him. He told Si-chin that he will ask him one last time. He asked him if he will stay there or be crushed into oblivion. Our boy released his energy and told the Lord that he chooses to kill him. He quickly charged at the Lord. The Lord fired the rocks at him. He told Si-chin that he is foolish. Si-chin was able to dodge the rocks and climb on them to reach the Lord. After his last exchange with the Lord, Si-chin figured out his attack pattern. Before each swing, there is a 0.4 second wind-up. Our boy believed that he can use this window to read the angle of his wrist to predict his trajectory and dodge his attack. He was able to do this and jump behind the Lord. He quickly gathered his lightning in his hand and charged at the Lord from behind. Si-chin observed that the Lord has a 0.2 second recovery window after he strikes. He believed that he will be able to hit the monster in his heart if he can time his attack well and hit him the second he is defenseless. Si-chin pushed his electro blade into the Lord's heart. He knew that there was no way a D rank like him could kill an S rank. However, he believed that his paralysis skill should be able to hold the Lord down for a few seconds if he puts everything into the strike. After stabbing him, Si-chin quickly turned around and activated his god speed. He was unable to use the ability before because the Lord was too fast, and he didn't have the chance to put any distance between them until now. Si-chin knew that this was the best chance he could get. He was certain that he could escape with these few seconds. While he was trading blows with the Lord, Si-chin looked around the area. He found only one light source in the area. He ran towards this light. Before Si-chin could touch the light, it disappeared. Our boy couldn't believe his eyes. Before he could do anything, the Lord landed behind him. He revealed to Si-chin that the light was merely an after-image he left behind. He told him that the exit he seeks does not exist. He said that this isn't a monster dungeon. Si-chin was shocked to hear this. As his form slowly changed, the Lord told our boy that he never expected him to find a weakness in his technique so quickly. He found Si-chin to be intriguing. Even under the crushing weight of despair, our boy still calmly analyzed the situation and risked his life to grab the slightest chance of survival. The Lord liked this fact. He told Si-chin that he is truly the one who will bring hope. He revealed his true form. Flames poured out of his head, and he grew really long horns. The Lord turned out to be an S-rank star warrior known as the Abyssal Fiend. Si-chin was shocked to see the monster's true form. He was certain that he had seen this form before on Demon King Lanyu. In his final fight against Lanyu, Si-chun watched the Demon King change his form and class several times. He kept switching between multiple powerful classes. At some point, he was an ice dragon. At another time, he was a swamp monster. He also changed into a lightning monster. While he was trying to run away, Si-chun saw Lan Yu take the form of a monster that was similar to the Abyssal Fiend. Si-chun realized that the Abyssal Fiend must have also been absorbed by Lan Yu's power of gluttony at some point. Now that power was inside him, he now understood his situation. He nervously asked the Abyssal Fiend if this place is inside his body. The Abyssal Fiend was impressed when he heard this. He observed that Si-chun was not only incredible under pressure, but he also possessed a sharp mind. He told him that he has proven himself worthy of everything there. Our boy was surprised to hear this. The Abyssal Fiend took out a key known as the Time Rift Key. It is an SSS rank item. It is the only key capable of unlocking the gates of the Tower of Darkness. He put his sword down and informed Si-chun that Lan Yu has devoured countless vicious demons. The most powerful among these demons have all been sealed in this tower. The Abyssal Fiend asked Si-chun to devour the demons and grow stronger. He asked him to allow them become his strength. He gave Si-chun the Time Rift Key. The system quickly informed him that he has obtained the Time Rift Key. Si-chun was surprised to see that the Abyssal Fiend gave him the key. He asked him about why he is doing all this. He didn't understand why the monster would bother helping him. The Abyssal Fiend explained to Si-chun that there are distinctions in morality even among demons. He revealed to Si-chun that the Demon King slaughtered his entire clan for their own greed. He said that he has been waiting all this time for a chance to take his revenge on them. He told Si-chun that he is fortunate that the chance actually came. He said that a certain guy was right. He told our boy that he is truly the only one who has a chance at succeeding. Si-chun asked him about which guy he is referring to. The Abyssal Fiend told him that all the answers lay in the Tower of Darkness. He asked Si-chun to go in and seek the answers for himself. He asked him to take his powers now and seek vengeance against the Demon Kings. Si-chun was shocked to hear what the Abyssal Fiend said. He asked him if he is serious. The Abyssal Fiend released more fire and told Si-chun that he must become unstoppable from now on. He asked him to open the gates of the Tower of Darkness and devour everything within. While yelling at the top of his voice, the Abyssal Fiend informed Si-chun that the demons inside the tower will not show him the same mercy that he did. He said that they are the most cunning and ferocious demons to exist. He told our boy that he must endure everything and conquer all the demons. He told him that he must stand at the pinnacle of the world alone and become strong enough to devour every single Demon King. As his body burned away, the Abyssal Fiend said that only someone who will reach the pinnacle is worthy of possessing his powers. His body turned to energy and went into Si-chun's hand. Our boy immediately went up to level 10. He obtained the Abyssal Fiend's 2 swords, which are known as Fiendish Netherbones. Si-chun told the Abyssal Fiend that he will carry his will with him and make the Demon Kings pay with their blood. He used the system to look at the card of the Abyssal Fiend. The Abyssal Fiend possessed 2 skills known as Mass Skeletal Void and Triple Calamity. The Mass Skeletal Bond allows the user to absorb stamina and strength from nearby corpses and temporarily add it to their own. The Triple Calamity allows the user to manipulate gravity in order to attack his enemies in 3 stages. The stages are the Light, Heavy, and Overload stage. In the next scene, we see our boy open his eyes after hearing someone call out to him. Si-chun quickly raised his head up. It was already morning. Xiangyu asked Si-chun to get a move on. He reminded him that they have to wear their uniforms today. Si-chun was surprised to see that he was back to his dorm room. He took a look at his body. He saw that his wounds were completely healed. He wondered if everything that happened was just a dream. When he opened his status window, he saw that he was truly at level 10 and he had 2 other classes with him. He became convinced that everything really happened. He couldn't believe that he got to level 10 in one night. He wondered about the rank he was currently at. Xiangzhua moved close to him while he was thinking. He told him that a certain someone was bragging about how strong he had become last night. He asked our boy if he is trying to come for his spot as the top dog in the dorm. Ma Long nervously looked at him. The boy told Si-chun that the rank evaluation is about to begin. He said that he wants to see how good he really is. On their way to get their assessment, Xiangzhua reminded the boys that they are not at the same level even if they are at the same rank. He told them that they are a bunch of low-tier E ranks, and he is a mid-tier E ranker. After the mid-tier, the next is the high tier. Xianghua said that there is a huge power gap between each tier. He told the boys that he can take 10 of them. He said that he hasn't tested himself in 2 years. He told his roommates that his rank might have gone up again. Ma Long moved close to our boy and advised him to go all out when it is his turn. He asked him to try to get a D rank. He said that it will scare the crap out of Xianghua. When they arrived at the center, the boys saw that everyone was already there. Immediately they got there, Gongqing's minions also arrived. One of them pushed someone out of the way. Xianghua noticed that Gongqing's minions were also there. He suggested that they avoid the boys. Unfortunately for him, the boys saw him and his roommates. Xianghua became scared. He couldn't believe that the boys were looking at them. The boys quickly noticed that Si Chan was behind his roommates. They were horrified to see our boy. They quickly bowed their heads to him and referred to him as Sir. Xianghua couldn't believe that these delinquents were actually being polite to Si Chun. He realized that Ma Long was actually telling the truth. Si Chun ignored the boys and walked forward. Before he could get far, someone walked up to him. He said that he heard that Gong Chung fought with someone yesterday. This boy's name is Chang Di. He is a student council officer. Chang Di asked Si Chun if he knows that Gong Chung is the younger brother of the student council president. Si Chun's roommates were shocked to see Chang Di. They knew that he was Gong Ting's lapdog and a D-rank student. Xianghua wondered about what Chang Di wanted with Si Chun. Chang Di moved close to Si Chun and told him that he has an excellent sense of smell. He told him that he can always detect the scent of a real powerhouse. With a smile on his face, Chang Di told our boy that all he can smell from him is the scent of a loser who will never amount to anything. Si Chun asked the idiot if he is a dog. Chang Di was annoyed to hear this. He asked our boy to repeat himself. Before he could do anything, someone asked him to stop. The person turned out to be Gong Ting. The council president revealed to Chang Di that he has thoroughly investigated the incident and determined that Gong Chung was the one at fault. He said that his brother suffered the consequences of his actions. Chang Di accepted the president's order. Gong Ting carefully looked at Si Chun. Our boy also stared at him. While they were looking at each other, a man standing next to a portal asked everyone for their attention. He informed them that the assessment is about to begin. He explained to the students that they will come up for the assessment in the order of their ID numbers. He asked them to come to the stage in an orderly manner when they hear their names. Gong Ting turned around and told Chang Di that they need to prepare for the assessment. The idiot ran to the president with a smile on his face. As he walked away, Gong Ting thought about how our boy was not a threat to him. While the students were arranging themselves, we see a young woman looking at them from above. A man standing next to her asked her about why she came to observe the rank assessment. He asked her if someone interesting caught her eye. The woman turned out to be the vice president. Ling Yu smiled and said that today's assessment might be a little interesting. An hour later, Xianghua was called to the stage for his assessment. Ma Long cheered for him as he went to the stage. Xianghua was excited to see how strong he had become. He entered the portal in front of him. He found himself in another world. There was a small monster in front of him. The monster had several wires sticking out of it. Rank assessments are conducted within a specially designed monster dungeon. Inside this artificial monster dungeon, there is a magical core that is capable of absorbing energy. The Awakener must unleash their full energy towards the magical core. The magical core then transmits the readings through the cables to the external equipment. Xianghua gathered his energy in his hands and fired it at the magical core. Immediately he did this. The energy readings were digitally displayed on the screen outside. Xianghua was at the mid-tier E rank. The scientist on the stage recorded his current rank. An old scientist said that the rest of the data isn't out yet. Ma Long eagerly stared at the monitor. He said that the main event is about to show. Besides the current ranking, the assessment can measure another piece of data. It can measure the student's potential. Potential refers to the highest rank that an Awakener can achieve in the future. Awakeners with high potential are more likely to receive attention from the government. Xianghua's potential was C rank. The boy came out of the dungeon disappointed. He couldn't believe that his rank didn't improve at all in the last 2 years. He was hoping that he was at D rank. When he sat down, Ma Long pat him on his back and told him that their results will be even much worse. He reminded him that he is not the only one who won't get D rank. Ma Long and Xiang Yu were low-tier E ranks. Their potential was C rank. Ma Long told Xianghua that there aren't many D ranks in their school. He told him that there probably won't be any new D ranks this year. The moment he said this, It was announced that someone rose up to low-tier D rank, and her potential was B rank. Ma Long and Xiangzhuo were shocked to hear this. The girl ran out of the dungeon with a smile on her face. She got the first D rank promotion of the day. Sometime later, Chang Di came out of the dungeon with a smile on his face. He got a low-tier D rank. His max potential was A rank. Xiangzhuo began to bang his head on the wall when he heard this. Ma Long couldn't believe that this was the 8th D rank promotion of the day. A bald scientist said that he can't believe that there are so many talented D ranks this year. Even though they were low tier, the man still found it impressive that students with no combat experience got promoted to D rank. The old scientist next to him agreed with him. He said that only 2 or 3 students normally get promoted to D rank each year. He said that if things continue at this rate, this year's ranking assessment will be quite a show. After saying this, the man called for the next student. The next student turned out to be Gong Ting. The students all nervously looked at Gong Ting. They saw him as the heir to the Imperial Guild and the Student Council president. They believed that he was the chosen one with countless titles under his belt. Someone whispered that Gong Ting got a D rank on his ranking assessment 2 years ago. Another person said that the highest promotion they have ever seen in their school's history is the mid-tier D rank. He wondered about what Gong Ting will get. When Gong Ting stepped into the dungeon, the magical core that had its eye closed gently opened it. Gong Ting carefully raised his hand. He believed that he will only be able to leave the greatest impression when he reveals his full strength at the graduation combat examination. He decided to hold back some of his powers. He was certain that he would still be the strongest in the school, even if he didn't show his full power. His eyes gently shined as he used his power. The monitor displayed that he was a high-tier D rank. His potential was S rank. The students began to scream when they saw this. Chang Di joined them in screaming. He said that Gong Ting is the first person to do this in the school's history. He told everyone that this is his president. Ma Long couldn't believe that someone from their school actually had an S-rank potential. He said that they just witnessed history. Xiangzhuo hugged Xiangyu when he saw Gong Ting's potential. He was so jealous. The scientists quickly moved close to one another. The bald one said that he has confirmed Gong Ting's results. He asked his comrades if he should share this information with the higher-ups. The old man told him that he should. He said that an awakener with an S-rank potential is internationally recognized as a rare treasure. He told his teammates that people like Gong Ting are guaranteed to receive special attention and be protected by the government. He said that this news will definitely make national headlines because Gong Ting is the heir to the Imperial Guild. While he was talking, the students were cheering for Gong Ting. The man next to Ling Yu said that they have uncovered an incredible amount of talent this year. He asked her if she already knew that Gong Ting had an S-rank potential. He believed that this was the reason why she came to watch the assessment. The man turned out to be the headmaster of the National Awakened University. His name is Yuan Long. Ling Yu told the man that she didn't just come there for Gong Ting. She said that she is more interested in another person's result. Immediately she said this, Si Chun was asked to come up for his rank assessment. Chang Di turned to him and advised him to make his dorm look good. While laughing like an idiot, he told Si Chun that things will be bad for them if he comes out with another low-tier rank. He told him that their room will be filled with E-rank losers. He said that they will become the biggest laughingstocks in the school. Chang Di told the boys that a group of losers like them will end up humiliating themselves at the graduation combat examination. The boys couldn't say anything. They knew that he was right. Ma Long put himself together and asked Chang Di to wait and see. He told him that Si Chin will make him eat his words. Xiangyu watched our boy enter the dungeon. He wondered if he could really show them something amazing. The moment Si Chin got close to it, the magical core widened its eye. It seemed to be shocked to see our boy. At this point in time, the best way for an awakener to secure a good future is to join a high-ranking guild. For most people, the only chance they get to show their strength to the high-ranking guilds is at the graduation combat examination. The graduation combat examination is comprised of 10-member teams. Students are free to choose their own teammates. The team that ultimately takes first place will have all its members directly recruited by the nation's most prestigious guild. This guild is the Imperial Guild. The ranking assessment aren't just for helping awakeners determine their own ranks. It serves an even more important purpose. It allows the students to know which teammates to scout for the examination. While Si Chun was inside the dungeon, Chang Di introduced a boy called Yin Lin to Gong Ting. He told him that the boy is a low-tier D rank. He said that their 10-person team is now complete. He told Gong Ting that all 9 of the freshly promoted D-rank students are on their team. He told him that the team will truly be complete once they add Gong Chung to it. He assured Gong Ting that they will get first place on the exam. The ranking assessment allows for students to create the strongest team and the weakest team. The strong stick together, while the weak are ostracized and eventually eliminated. This is the natural law of survival. Ma Long carefully looked at the monitor. He noticed that no changes have occurred since our boy entered. The other students slowly walked away. They said that our boy might have been too weak to register a rank. One student said that the assessment is pretty much done. Chang Di told Gong Ting that they don't need to wait since the rest of the students are trash. He told him that they need to find a place for karaoke since their team is already full. Gong Ting agreed with his suggestion. He asked him to gather the team. Immediately he said this. The monitor displayed our boy's current rank. It said that Si Chun is a high-tier D rank. The students all froze in shock when they saw this. Ma Long pointed at the monitor and screamed. He asked everyone to check it out. He reminded them that he said that our boy is strong. Chang Di was shocked to see Si Chen's rank. The magical core nervously looked at our boy and informed him that it has detected an abnormality. It said that the assessment results may be inaccurate. It asked Si Chen to reconduct the test. Si Chen only tested his regular body. He had not changed classes. He realized that level 10 is the equivalent of a high-tier D rank. He decided to test his current weakest class. He changed his class to the Gravehound King. His appearance slightly changed. When Si Chen touched the magical core, his rank got raised to mid-tier C rank. Ma Long and the other students were shocked to see that our boy's rank went up. Even Gong Ting couldn't believe his eyes. Chang Di said that the magical core must be malfunctioning. The old scientist became nervous when he saw the rank change. He wondered if there was an internal system error. The magical core told Si Chun that it detects an abnormality. It asked him to take the test again. It began to shake when it said this. It seemed to be terribly scared. Si Chun realized that his other 2 classes are above C rank. He decided to change his class to the Abyssal Fiend. He grew a horn and longer nails. He had some tattoos on his hand. Si Chun wanted to test the full extent of his powers. The magical core was horrified to see our boy's form. Outside the dungeon, dark clouds began to gather in the sky. It was as if a storm was about to descend. The students didn't understand what was happening. Xiang Yu put his hand together and called it a divine phenomenon. He said that today will go down in history. He told his roommates that their dorm has created an earth-shattering monster. The monitor showed that Si Chun had an S-rank potential. The old scientist couldn't believe that someone possessed another S-rank potential in this school. Gong Ting was also surprised to see the rank. The monitor began to glitch. The system informed everyone that it is experiencing an error. The S rank on the monitor changed to SSS rank. The system said that the potential rank value cannot be determined. It said that Si Chun has exceeded the maximum system bounds. Chang Di screamed when he saw our boy's rank. The moment he did this, the monitor shattered. The scientists quickly ran towards the dungeon. They believed that the magical core was overloading. The old man said that they need to make sure that Si Chun is okay. When they got inside, they saw our boy standing. They asked him if he is all right. The old man noticed that our boy was looking down. When he looked down, he saw the magical core on the ground. Its body had completely shriveled up. The old man didn't expect the magical core to die. His comrade asked him if they used the core for too long today. As he walked towards the exit, Si Chun realized that he pushed the magical core too far and made it rupture. Fortunately, he got something good out of it. He devoured the monster. The delicate magical core is a rank A monster. It allows Si Chun to detect the ranks of all objects within a 100-meter radius. If Si Chun detects a threat within his range, a warning alarm is produced. Our boy didn't expect the power of gluttony to actually devour the magical core. The moment he got outside, he activated the ability of the delicate magical core. His eyes released a green glow. Si Chun looked at the students in front of him. He saw their ranks displayed above their heads. He found this ability to be pretty convenient. While he was looking at the students, he noticed something odd. He saw that Gong Ting was actually a high-tier C rank. He didn't expect Gong Ting to also be hiding his strength. Even though he discovered his true rank, Si Chun still found him to be pretty average. While he was looking at the students, the scientist came out of the dungeon with the magical core. The old man informed the students that the magical course suffered from excessive strain and has tragically passed away. He said that today's assessment will be temporarily suspended. He said that our boys' ranking assessment data might have been corrupted. He told everyone that they will report the case to their superiors. He asked the remaining students who have not been tested to return tomorrow. He assured them that they will have a replacement facility ready by then. Si-chen's roommates quickly ran to him when they saw him coming down the stairs. Ma Long told our boy that the data doesn't lie. He told him that he is a freaking genius. Xiangyu massaged our boy's shoulders and referred to him as Great One. He asked him about what he wants to eat today. Si-chen suggested that they first return to their dorm. Changdi walked up to Si-chen and told him that the data must be corrupted. He told him that it is impossible for trash like him to have C rank and an S rank potential. He said that the testing machine definitely malfunctioned. The idiot asked Si-chen if he is just going to leave after messing up the magical core. He asked him if he has no sense of responsibility. He told Si-chen that the rest of the student council members have to wait till tomorrow to be assessed because of him. He asked him to tell him how he plans on paying them back for wasting their time. Si-chen released some lightning when he heard this. He found it annoying that this idiot wouldn't shut up. He wondered if he should just get rid of him. Before he could do anything, Gong Ting asked him to stop. He told him that he shouldn't be rude to their teammate. Changdi was shocked to hear his president call Si-chen their teammate. Gong Ting stretched out his hand and asked our boy to join his team. He told him that they can participate in the graduation combat examination together. He assured Si-chen that they will earn the highest score in history if they are together. Si-chen's roommates couldn't believe that Gong Ting was personally inviting Si-chen to his team. Changdi didn't like this. He knew that he would have to kick someone out if Si-chen joins the team. He wondered about how he was going to explain this to the other guys. Being on Gong Ting's team is equal to getting first place in the exam. So many people couldn't get into the team. Some even tried to bribe their way in. Changdi wondered about why Gong Ting wanted our boy to be part of his team. He didn't understand this decision. Although he didn't understand the decision, he knew that he could no longer be rude to Si-chen since his president personally invited him to the team. He placed his hand on Si-chen's shoulder and forcefully smiled. He welcomed him to the team. Si-chen pushed his hand aside and told Gong Ting that he is not interested. Changdi and Gong Ting were shocked to hear this. Changdi asked our boy if he understands what he is saying. He told him that their team is the strongest in the school. Si-chen told him that he doesn't care. He glared at the idiot and told him that he is too loud. He asked him not to bother him ever again. Changdi was annoyed to hear this. He watched Si-chen walk away. The other students couldn't believe that Si-chen rejected Gong Ting's offer. They believed that Si-chen must also be aiming for first place. Someone said that our boy is capable since he got a C rank in his assessment. The students liked what they were looking at. Ma Long and Xiangzhua laughed as they walked behind Si-chen. Ma Long said that the council president and Changdi must be so embarrassed. He reminded Xiangzhua that Changdi was acting cocky in front of them. Xiangzhua smiled and said that Si-chen is brave. Gong Ting said that this is not a problem. He said that our boy must have his own plans. Yuan Long and Ling Yu watched Si-chen and his friends walk away from Gong Ting. Yuan Long sighed and said that the two boys didn't team up. He said that he was looking forward to a new school record being set this year. Ling Yu told him that this actually makes things more interesting. She reminded the headmaster that Gong Ting was born with a silver spoon. She told him that rejection for Gong Ting is basically a declaration of war. She said that the president isn't a pushover. As she spoke, Gong Ting glared at Si-chen. With a look of anger on his face, Changdi said that Si-chen stole the spotlight because of a system error. He said that our boy must really believe that he is a C rank. With a serious look on his face, Gong Ting asked Changdi if he has considered that the assessment wasn't wrong. He said that he will not let anyone take first place from him even if there is a 1 in 100 million chance of it happening. Changdi reminded Gong Ting that our boy is a regular student with no real fighting experience. He told him that they are elites who have been secretly training in dungeons with him. He asked Gong Ting if he can go teach our boy a lesson. Gong Ting asked him if he seems like a petty person to him. Changdi became nervous when he heard this. He told him that he didn't mean it like that. Gong Ting walked past him and told him that he is no longer in the mood for karaoke. He asked him to go out with the rest of the team. With a serious look on his face, he told Changdi that whatever he ends up doing has nothing to do with him. Changdi instantly understood what Gong Ting was talking about. He smiled and told him that it has nothing to do with him. 10 minutes later, we see Chang Di meeting with Gong Cheng's friend. The boy informed him that Si Chen isn't in school. He revealed to Chang Di that he overheard our boy say that he was going home for a bit. He said that Si Chen even left without eating. Chang Di said that God is on his side. He told the boy that anything goes off campus. In the next scene, we see Si Chen in normal clothes in the streets. He remembered how an incident occurred when one of the top guilds was raiding a monster dungeon in the Holy Land in his past life. Inside the dungeon, the guild ran into a monster stronger than anything they had ever encountered before. This monster was Wrath. The guild got wiped out. Afterwards, Wrath emerged from the dungeon and descended upon the human world. This was all the information that Si Chen currently had on Wrath. In order to figure out the exact location of the monster dungeon where Wrath appears as soon as possible, Si Chen came up with a plan. However, in order to start this plan, he needs a lot of money. Si Chen decided to go to the Mithril Monster Exchange. He knew that the Mithril Guild will later become the nation's largest resource exchange facilitator in the future. The weapons and gears that an Awakener uses are a crucial factor in determining their strength. The Monster Exchange is an important middleman for buying and selling equipment. It is also currently the fastest way for Si Chen to get money. When our boy entered the store, he saw several weapons inside. He went to the counter and presented the Gravehound fangs to the attendants there. A man there carefully looked at the fang and asked him about how he was able to get his hands on them when he is just a student. Si Chen said that a monster dropped them. The man told him that he has never heard of this happening. A pink-haired woman next to him said that this must have been dropped by E-rank cloud monsters called Gravehounds. She said that the fangs can be smelted into an E-rank cloud staff or be grounded into powder. The man wasn't really interested in hearing her opinion. He threw the fang in his hand down and told the woman that he gets it. He asked her if an E-rank monster can really drop anything valuable. He turned away and fixed his tie. He said that their exchange operates on a VIP system. He said that their clients are distinguished and influential awakeners. He told his colleague that he couldn't recognize the E-rank item because he only handles premium items that are D-rank and above. The man carefully looked at our boy. He recalled that their exchange hasn't gotten many high-end customers lately. He believed that he will never get promoted to a supervisor if things continue like this. The man didn't like the fact that he kept getting brats like Si Chen who bring junk items. He decided to pass Si Chen off to the newbie. He asked the woman known as Miss Lee to handle the rest of Si Chen's order. He told her that he is counting on her. He asked her to do a good job. The woman bowed her head and accepted his request. She presented Si Chen's money to him and asked him to keep it safe. She asked him if there is anything else she can help him with. Si Chen earned 18,000. This was enough to cover his rent. He took out one of the fiendish nether bones and asked the woman if she can appraise it for him. The woman was surprised to see the cool greatsword. She said that she has never seen anything like this before. She told Si Chen that she is certain that it is at least a B-rank item. She said that it might even be an A-rank item. Her superior came close to her when he heard this. He said that A-rank weapons are currently hitting the market for 1 million. He said that he has been in this job for years, and he has never encountered a single A-rank weapon. A man with green hair told the man that he is correct. He said that the weapon is not an A-rank or a B-rank item. The man and Miss Lee were shocked to see the green-haired man. The man bowed his head to his boss and told him that he has sharp eyes. He said that it is impossible for a broke student to bring something so valuable. The boss said that the item clearly comes from the Abyssal Lands. He revealed to his subordinates that it is an S-rank weapon. The attendant screamed when he heard this. The green-haired man quickly grabbed Si Chen's hand and told him that they are honored to be graced with his patronage. He asked Si Chen to follow him to his seat in the VIP lounge. He asked him to let him know if he needs anything at all. Miss Lee carried the sword and followed them from behind. Si Chen gently smiled when he saw the man. He seemed to be the person he was looking for. This man is Qing Ji. He is the Mithril Guild leader. In the next scene, we see Si Chen in the office with Qing Ji. The man asked our boy to tell him the price he plans on selling the equipment for. Si Chen said that he wants 1 million. Qing Ji was shocked to hear that Si Chen only wanted 1 million for it. He asked him if he understands that A-rank items can sell for millions. He explained to Si Chen that this S-rank item can sell for tens of millions on the market. It is a weapon that could even cause a crowd stampede. Si-chun explained to Qingji that he wants to use the item as collateral to get a loan of 1 million. He said that he will pay the loan back in a month. The man was surprised to hear that someone wanted to use an S-rank item to obtain a loan. He knew that a university student wouldn't normally think of something like this. He realized that our boy had no intention of selling the sword. He wondered if he planned to use it for himself later. Qingji found our boy to be much wiser than his age. Since Si-chun had a treasure like this in his possession, Qingji wondered if he was a rich kid that ran away from home, or if he was a prodigy that was hiding his true abilities. The only thing that the man was certain about was that Si-chun was not an ordinary man. Our boy told the man that he will repay the principal in 1 month, and he will pay a 10% interest the following month. He asked him about how this sounds. Qingzi asked Miss Li to step out when he heard this. He turned to Si-chun and asked him if he attends the National Awakener University and if he is one of the seniors that is about to graduate. He said that he knows that the university holds an annual graduation examination. This year's examination is scheduled to take place a month from now. The prize money given to the first place is 1 million. Qingji told our boy that this completely lines up with his proposed loan repayment amount and date. He asked Si-chun if he is confident that he will take first place in the examination. He stood up and told him that he could have waited 1 month to collect the prize money. Instead, he was urgently trying to offer up this rare item as collateral for a loan. This means that our boy is in desperate need of money. Qingji believed that Si-chun wouldn't have turned to such a risky option unless it was his last resort. With a smile on his face, he turned to Si-chun and told him that he can lend him 1.5 million in cash on the spot with 0 interest for 1 month. He asked our boy to consider this the start of their friendship. Si-chun didn't expect to hear this. Qingji asked him not to worry. He assured him that he will keep everything they discussed today strictly confidential. He asked him to consider their exchange facility as the first option if he has any trading needs in the future. He assured Si-chun that he will provide him with the best deals. Our boy couldn't believe that the man was able to understand his situation and his needs with just a few details. Instead of taking advantage of his predicament after figuring it out, Qingji offered him better terms for the sake of a long-term relationship. Si-chun now understood how Qingji was able to turn the Mithril Exchange into a world's premier exchange in the future. Our boy knew that he couldn't rely solely on his strength if he wanted to get rid of Wrath. He knew that he had to make some trustworthy allies. He shook Qingji's hand and accepted his offer. Some minutes later, we see Si-chun place his hand on a glowing scroll. After he moved his hand, Qingji informed him that the magical contract is complete. He told him that the funds have been transferred to his account. Our boy instantly received an alert. Qingji asked Si-chun about what he is going to use for the graduation examination since he is using such a great item as collateral. He asked him if he would like them to lend him some equipment. He explained to him that they don't have any S-rank items, but they still have a good selection of high-rank items that are A-rank and B-rank. Si-chun asked him not to worry about it. He took out another fiendish netherbone and told the man that he has another weapon that is similar to the one he gave up. Qingji and his subordinates were shocked to see this. They couldn't believe that Si-chun had another S-rank item. After seeing our boy off, Qingji promoted Miss Li to supervisor for helping a very important client. The woman's senior cried when he heard this. Before our boy could walk out of the exchange center, he turned around and said that he wants to buy something. In the next scene, we see Si-chun arrive at the Songchang County long-distance bus terminal. As he waited outside, Si-chun thought about how his family struggled financially in his last life. Although he graduated from the university, he was still unable to awaken his ability, so no guild accepted him. Si-chun picked up different odd jobs, and he still barely made enough to pay rent. He and his sister had to live frugally in order to survive. His sister was able to get an admission into the International Central Arts Institute. Although she got the admission, Si-yin tore up the letter. She told her brother that it is too far away and that she wanted to stay with him. Si-chun knew that his sister was worried about adding more financial burden on him. She had to give up on her dream school. While he was thinking, he noticed that it was already getting late. He knew that his sister should have gotten off the bus by now. The moment he thought of this, someone called out to him and asked him about how many times she told him that he needs to go to the exit if he wants to pick someone up. As she dragged her luggage towards her brother, Si-yin told him that they will be broke after paying this month's rent. Si-chun was shocked to see his sister for the first time after 7 years. Si-yin asked her brother if he can help her with her luggage. She noticed that he wasn't saying anything. She moved closer to him and asked him about why he is just standing there looking like a dummy. Si-chun ignored her question and gave her a hug. The girl was shocked to see what her brother did. Si-chun couldn't believe that he was able to see his sister again after 7 years. Si-yin hit her brother's ribs and asked him if he is trying to choke her to death. She threw her luggage at him and told him that he has been acting weird in the last couple days. She asked him if he got rejected by a girl. She told him that they need to go home. As they walked forward, Si-yin told her brother that she will tell him about how her exam went. Si-chun smiled as he heard his sister talk. He promised himself that he won't let her suffer this time. The scene shifts, and we see someone informing Changdi that this is the path that Si-chun takes to get home. With a cigarette in his mouth, Changdi ordered his boys to hide. He told them that they will jump our boy the moment he shows up. The ugly bastard said that he will make sure Si-chun understands what happens when people mess with him. One of the boys informed Changdi that they brought a lot of student council members there. He said that it is possible for them to go too far. Changdi told him that he is just going to teach our boy a little lesson. He said that Si-chun's attitude pisses him off. He said that a low-tier E-rank piece of trash like Si-chun actually believes that he is a C-rank now. He told the boy that our boy doesn't know who he is messing with. He remembered the look in Si-chun's eyes when he asked him not to bother him again. He asked his subordinates to leave a piece of Si-chun for him when it is time. He said that he is going to destroy our boy. He said that Si-chun won't be able to take the graduation exam when he is done with him. He took out a dagger and said that he is one of the best cloud-type assassins in the school. He promised to deal with Si-chun mercilessly. In the next scene, we see Si-yun drinking a milkshake as she walked home with her brother. She told Si-chun that he has been acting weird in the last couple days. She asked him if he is stressed over the graduation exam. She told him that a simpleton like him doesn't normally get caught up in his feelings. She told him that he has to pull himself together no matter what happens. She reminded him that he always said this to her. She told him that life is a long journey and chances will come to him sooner or later. Si-yin tried to remember a song to cheer her brother up. Si-chun found it amazing that his sister was so perceptive. He didn't expect her to notice that something was different about him the moment they met each other. He realized that she still doesn't know that he has awakened. He knew that his sister still believes that they are strapped for cash. He smiled and assured her that he is okay. Si-yun believed that her brother was trying to deny the truth. She wondered if this was because of his pride. She shook her head and thought about how men begin to form emotional walls as they get older. She believed that the book she read was right. She told herself that her big bro is getting old. Si-chun didn't really understand what she was thinking about. While he was looking at his sister, the student council members watched him from afar. One of them informed Changdi that Si-chun has a girl with him. The bastard laughed and said that this is perfect. He told the boys that this alley has no cameras. He said that today is their lucky day. Immediately he said this, Si-chun caught a scent. He quickly realized that it was the scent of the student council members. He turned around to see the boys. He couldn't believe that they actually came there. He took out his earphones and wore them for his sister. He told her that he has been into a particular song lately and that he has been playing it on repeat. He asked her to listen to it. The girl was surprised to hear this. She asked her brother about when he started to listen to music. She decided to listen to it because she believed that music can show a person's mental state. She wanted to know her big brother better. After playing the song, Si-chun turned around and faced the men. He used his ability to check their ranks. Aside from Changdi, the rest of the boys were high-tier ranks. While Si-yin was focused on the song, the boys charged at her brother. Si-chun released his lightning. He seemed to be quite angry. He remembered how he lost his last family member in the year 2160. It wasn't until 2167 that he was able to return to the past and see his sister's face again. This was his first time reuniting with his sister after 7 years. Si-chun couldn't believe that these animals wanted to ruin the moment. He charged at them. He gave the first person who got close to him a kick in his face. The attack sent the boy flying. The other student council members were shocked to see this. He clenched his fist and increased the speed of his attacks. He took out each council member with a powerful blow to the face. None of them could withstand his attacks. Although they weren't winning, the boys still continued to charge at him. One of them tried to punch Si-chun. Our boy grabbed his arm and crushed it with his elbow. The boy screamed out in pain. Before he could say anything, Si-chun gave him a bone-crushing punch in his face. The attack sent the idiot flying. He hit his comrade and pushed him to the ground. Changdi was shocked to see what Si Chun was doing to his boys. He didn't expect our boy to be this skilled. While he was frozen in shock, Si Chun crushed the boys who stood in his way with a single punch. None of them could slow down his speed. Before Changdi could make a move, he saw Si Chun getting close to him. He quickly told himself that he is the strongest cloud-type assassin. He thrust his dagger at Si Chun and asked him if he thinks that he can't beat him. Si Chun ignored the idiot and gave him a powerful punch in his face. The attack almost twisted his head. It sent him flying. He bounced his body on the ground, and his shoe flew out of his leg. Before he could slam his body on the ground, Si Chun appeared in front of him and gave him a bone-crushing punch in his jaw. The attack destroyed Changdi's teeth and sent him flying again. He crashed his body into a wall. When he slowly opened his eyes, the boy saw a demon standing in front of him. Si Chun reminded him that he asked him not to bother him again. He asked Changdi to explain the part that he didn't understand. Changdi became scared. He realized that his ribs are broken and both of his legs are numb. He now understood that Si Chun's rank assessment was correct. He apologized to our boy. Si Chun asked him to shut up. He picked up Changdi's dagger and moved it close to his face. He told him that he will kill him if he makes a sound. Changdi began to cry. He could tell that Si Chun was really going to kill him. He couldn't believe that a student had such an intense killing intent. He wondered about what Si Chun had been through for him to have this level of killing intent. With a cold gaze in his eyes, Si Chun advised Changdi to remember everything that he is about to say. He told the idiot that he doesn't care about what they do with their lives. He asked him to just never bother him again. He pushed the dagger into Changdi's lip and told him that he will find them if they ever try to harm his sister or if they even appear in front of her. With a scary look in his eyes, Si Chun told the boy that he will make each one of them disappear permanently without a second thought. Changdi nodded his head at Si Chun when he heard this. Our boy turned around and threw the dagger aside. He let the idiot go. As he walked forward, Si Yin began to cry. The song made her feel lonely. She found the song to be so sad. She thought about how Si Chun was acting like he has gone through a lot, even though it has only been a few days since they last saw each other. She couldn't believe that her brother was always so lonely. She thought that she was always by his side. She took out the earphones and asked him if he isn't taking his joke a little too far. The moment she said this, Si Yin saw her brother holding a box in front of her. Si Chun presented a pin to his sister and told her that he got it for her. The girl was shocked to see the pin. She asked her brother if it is a magic holographic pin. She noticed that it was the latest model from Dragco. She knew that this item cost over 10 grand. She asked her brother about how he got it. Si Chun watched her as she examined the holographic pin. He thought about how he was unable to protect her and her dreams in his last life. He hid his bloody hand away and told himself that he will protect everything about her in this life. Later in the day, we see Si Yin creating holographic fishes in the air with her holographic pen. She couldn't believe that the pen actually worked. She told her brother that she can draw holographic images in the air. As Si Chun ate the noodles his sister made for him, he told her that everything is good as long as she likes the pen. Si Yin reminded her brother that they still have to pay rent. She asked him if he can be throwing money around like this. Si Chun revealed to her that he already paid this year's rent in full. Si Yin was shocked to hear this. Our boy told her that he started a small business with his friend and they made some money. Si Yin knew her brother was lying because he sucked at lying. He was already acting suspicious to her. She couldn't believe that Si Chun was now keeping secrets from her. She stopped herself from questioning him because it had been ages since she saw such a happy smile on her brother's face. She moved close to Si Chun and advised him not to push himself too hard no matter what happens. Si Chun smiled and nodded his head at her. In the next scene, we see Gong Ting looking at an aquarium. He said that Changdi sustained severe injuries all over his body. 60% of his body was fractured. Even the top doctors wouldn't be able to heal him in just 1 month. He said that he can't believe that Changdi actually picked a fight with Si Chun. He was more shocked to see that Changdi was beaten to his current state. Lingyu told him that Changdi will have to miss the graduation exam. Gong Ting said that it doesn't matter. He told her that his team will be better off without any deadweights. A man standing next to Gong Ting said that Si Chun has caused trouble again. This man is Gong Xian. He is the university's director of career services. He revealed to Gong Ting that he confirmed the internal results of the last ranking assessment. He said that Si Chun is truly a C rank. He told Gong Ting that our boy is the only student in the school with a higher rank than him. Gong Ting didn't expect to hear this. The man revealed to him that his father has invited the vice chairman of the alliance to personally inspect his performance at the graduation examination. He advised Gong Ting to not allow anyone else to steal his limelight. He turned to his niece and told her that she will need to fill the vacancy left in Gong Ting's team if everything else fails. Gong Ting told Gong Xian that he is overthinking things. He asked him if he really thinks that he used his full abilities during the ranking assessment. He asked Gong Xian not to worry. He assured him that he will make everyone know who the strongest is on the day of the combat examination. Around 11 p.m., we are taken to the men's dormitory in the National Awakener University. We see Si Chun taking a bath. He had just completed today's 100-kilometer run with weights. Since his money issue was resolved, our boy believed that he will be able to start his real plan after graduation. The first thing he needed to do was to secure the prize money and pay back the loan he got from Qingji. He needed to honor his agreement with Qingji because there will still be more things that he will need from him in the future. Si Chun had less than a month before the examination began. He knew that he had to level up a couple more times. He closed his eyes and entered the other world. He walked up to the gate of the huge tower. The last assessment result showed that the Gravehound King, which is his weakest class, is actually a C rank. The official rank of the Abyssal Fiend, which is his strongest class, couldn't be displayed. Even though the Abyssal Fiend is an S rank, Si Chun couldn't display its power to its full potential. He didn't know how powerful the class was. The exact ranks of his remaining two classes are currently unknown. Si Chun took out the Time Rift key and placed it in front of the gate. The gate opened and revealed a portal. Si Chun decided to test his abilities today. He wondered about what he will see in this Tower of Darkness. The moment he got to the other side, he saw something surprising. Si Chun got sent into a world where the ground was filled with white moss and the sky was filled with several stars. Immediately, he took a step forward. Our boy got pushed to the ground. He quickly realized that the gravity there is insanely stronger than that of Earth's. He noticed that the door he came through had vanished. He deduced that he needed to eliminate this floor's boss in order to open the door again. He knew that he would only be able to unleash 30% of his power in this environment. He realized that he needed to adapt to the gravity as quickly as possible. While he was struggling to get up, a monster appeared in front of him. The monster is known as a Phantom Lion. It is a B-rank Star Warrior. Si Chun quickly changed to his Lightning Assassin class and created a Lightning Blade. He knew that this monster was this floor's enemy. The Phantom Lion charged at Si Chun and swung its paw at him. Our boy was able to dodge its attack and charge at the Phantom Lion with his blade. He found it difficult to move because his body was so heavy. He knew that he had to end this fight quickly. He stabbed the monster, but he failed to hit it in a vital spot, so paralysis wasn't activated. Si Chun couldn't believe that he missed. He realized that the crazy gravity has severely reduced his speed and attack precision. The monster used its body to slam Si Chun to the ground. Our boy understood that his Lightning Assassin class has lost almost all its advantages in this world. He wondered about how the Phantom Lion was moving with ease. He wondered if this is how strong the monsters of the tower are. While he was struggling, the monster tried to bite him. Si Chun used his hand to block the monster and quickly changed his class to the Abyssal Fiend. His strength got increased by 3 times, and his stamina got increased 4 times. Si Chun understood that different classes have different core advantages. In close-quarters combat, it is better to rely on the warrior class with its high strength and stamina bonuses. He pushed the Phantom Lion back and slammed it to the ground. Since the gravity was quite high, the downward impact will be pushed to the limit. Si Chun clenched his fist and pushed his strength to 600%. In this environment where gravity is already high, the power of his punch is amplified by a full 60 times. Si Chun gave the Phantom Lion a powerful blow in the head. His attack destroyed the area and leveled it. When the dust cleared up, we see Si Chun lying next to the body of the Phantom Lion. The monster's head was completely crushed. Si Chun received the monster's bone and got 12,000 experience points. He was able to enter level 11. While he was breathing heavily, Si Chun thought about how every star on the card represents a multiplier of the stats. The more stars the class has, the higher the strength Si Chun will gain after he changes his class. For instance, the Abyssal Fiend has 11 stars, and the Lightning Assassin class has 9 stars. This is why the overall amplification of the Abyssal Fiend is higher. The rank after class change is higher than that of the Lightning Assassin. Since he used everything he had to deal with a B-rank monster, Si-Chin understood that both of his current classes haven't broken through the B-rank limit yet. He quickly realized something odd. He wondered why the system didn't show the Devour mark even after he defeated the monster. He also noticed that the gate to the next floor didn't appear. Si-Chin now understood that something was wrong. Before he could do anything, a portal opened behind him. Our boy quickly turned around. He realized that the real lord of this level hasn't appeared yet. He watched several phantom lions jump out of the portal. Si-Chin realized that the monster he just killed with all his strength was a small mob. Before he could do anything, the phantom lions bit him and attacked him from behind. It was at this moment that Si-Chin understood the true meaning of the Abyssal Fiend's words. The Abyssal Fiend told him that he will be welcomed with endless pain once he opens the tower's door. The Abyssal Fiend asked him to endure everything and conquer everything in the tower. As he remembered the Abyssal Fiend's words, the phantom lions tore him apart. One of them eventually bit Si-Chin's head off. Our boy jumped up when he returned to reality. He was struggling to catch his breath. He carefully touched his chest. He remembered how his muscles were torn apart. The pain in the dream felt extremely real to him. He understood that there was no shortcut to becoming stronger. He knew that this lonely and arduous road of purgatory just began. On May 20th, we are taken to the grand auditorium of the university. We see the students seated in front of a panel. A student asked the others if they heard that the higher-ups of the Guild Alliance are coming to watch the graduation combat assessment. Another student said that this is why the rules for this year's assessment has changed so much. He said that there were no requirements for team size or ranks in previous years, but now every team must have at least 5 members. At least one of the team members must be a high E rank or above. The students didn't understand why these rules were made. While they were talking, Gong Xian called for their attention and informed them that the rank information of all students in this batch has been uploaded to everyone's wristbands. He asked them to check their wristbands and complete their team formation as soon as possible. The students quickly turned to the wristbands to see everyone's information. Ma Long quickly noticed something odd about the information in the system. He saw that Si-Chin was classified as low-tier E rank. He asked our boy to tell him how this is possible. The students all remembered that Si-Chin's test showed that he was at C rank. They didn't understand how he got reduced to E rank. Some of the students said that the system really malfunctioned when Si-Chin was taking the test. They were thinking of teaming up with Si-Chin if they couldn't get into Gong Ting's team. They were certain that no one would like to team up with our boy again. Since the graduation exam was so important, no one wanted to carry low-tier deadweights on their team. The students believed that Si-Chin would be regretting the fact that he refused Gong Ting's invitation to join his team. Gong Ting carefully turned to Gong Xian. He knew that he was the one who manipulated Si-Chin's information. Gong Xian smiled at him. He wondered about when his pitiful nephew will learn how to truly utilize power and human nature. He planned to teach Gong Ting that he shouldn't allow his opponents to even have the qualifications to compete. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.